Hello everyone, my name is Annual. I don't have a lot of time in my hands, so I'm not going to edit these videos. I'm just going to power through all three of these characters. I have not seen these kits at all, so let's just have some fun with it, and hopefully everything seems pretty dang good. So we knew that Frieren was an Earth Mage. She has a team imprint. These are usually their own stat lines. Oh, there's crit chance in here. Oh. Oh, its attack is ridiculously high. That attack is ridiculously high.
Skill 2, the highest form of magic.
Eh? Excuse me? Oh gosh. Oh no. Okay. At the start of the battle, increase resources by 40% with all allies. During the battle, when souls 4 or higher, grants defensive magic when attack consumes 4 soul. What? She can't take damage as long as she has souls? What the heck?
Increase her critical hit chance further. Grants 40%.
Wait, but she yoinked your souls though.
At the start of battle,
okay.
40% resource.
You can't play Frieren if you're trying to soul cleave.
When soul is 4 or higher, grants defensive magic. Defensive magic is an effect where when attacked, consumes 4 soul.
That's ridiculous. She can't take damage as long as she has souls. What the heck?
Increases combat readiness. Okay,
so that means the only way you can counter this is Bellion and Aurea. And like the LRK or the Night Artifact. But resource increase is insanity. Wait. Did you just get this for free? You just get it. Oh my gosh. There's no condition, you just get it. Oh shoot, that's ridiculous. Okay. After granting increased attack to the caster for 3 turns, textile enemy with light magic to send all boss, increasing counter magic to caster penetrate. Okay. Pretty straightforward skill.
Of the caster by 50%.
But she has a really high attack.
The target's defense by 50%.
Okay.
50%.
I mean, okay. Nothing crazy.
Ordinary offensive magic. Attacks the enemy with magic and grants immunity to the caster for 1 turn.
Attacks the enemy, so this is single target. Oh no. When it's on turn. Oh. Okay, I see. Attacks if it's off turn, a single target. If it's on turn, then it turns into the AoE attack. Attacks all enemies with flame magic. The increases. Okay.
When it is the caster's turn.
Yeah, that passive is kind of insane.
As an extra attack.
That passive is kind of really insane.
Upon using gain 1 soul and attack
all
enemies with flame magic. Damage dealt increases proportional to the amount of the enemy's lost health. When 10 soul is consumed, increases damage dealt of ordinary offensive magic.
Oh, it turns into a single target.
Frieren's artifact is the mirrored lotus ring.
Wait.
A ring.
What the frick? They just made a better book. Oh shoot, they just made a better book. Okay, so they just made a better book. If you guys don't know, Tag Hell's Ancient Book basically gives you 20 souls at the start of the battle. This is the better Tag Hell's Ancient Book because of the fact that you get 20 souls at the start of the battle. In addition to every time you can take a turn, you gain 2 extra souls. This is a better Tag Hell's Ancient Book. You want to get as many of these artifacts as you can. It is literally a better Tag Hell's. You want as many of these artifacts as possible. Alright, I'm not going to watch the showcase so we can save some time in the video. I'm just going to go ahead and go to the next one. But I do think Frieren, she seems pretty strong. I don't know how good on the strong scale. It doesn't seem turbo broken because there are the counters there, but it does seem very extremely strong. It's having something like resource increase. It means like there's a lot of flexibility for what you can do, especially with future characters. Her artifact is insanely broken because of the fact that if Tag Hell's book is insanely broken, then there's no way that her artifact isn't broken. you're actually gonna want to make sure you pick up at least, like, if you once you pick up Frieren's artifact, you might need to pick up like two or three total of Frieren's artifact and just bottle them over time. Yeah, I do think they're just really good. Now, on the contrary, if you already have books, you might not need to bottle Frieren's artifact as much, but I do think it's literally a stronger book, so you probably do want to. Let's go see what this does. Let's go see what this does.
Fern is a 5-star elemental mage. She has high attack.
Yeah, she also has high attack and crit chance.
And can increase her critical hit chance further through her imprint.
Oh, she has crit chance imprint. Did Frieren have crit chance imprint? I wasn't paying. I didn't have to pay attention to that. Well, Frieren has crit chance imprint, so that makes her you kind of need it. At the start of battle, gains 3 focus. Increases speed and evasion for each focus. So she basically can have 100% focus like Flan, but they didn't give her as much focus per turn. Like, as long as Flan has over 3 focus, she has 100% evasion. They didn't give her as much. They're like, okay, we learned from our mistakes, we're not doing it again. But when successfully invading, consumes 1 focus and decreases school cooldowns. So at the start of the battle, she's always going to start with 5 focus, unless you're fighting a Sea Phantopolitus or Solitaria. And as long as she has that focus, she gains a great deal of speed. It's really a stupid amount of speed. I wonder if this actually affects how your position on the combat readiness bar at the start of the battle. I do wonder about that. What's our base speed? What's our base speed? It's 103. Okay. I wonder if this does affect how fast she is at the start of the battle.
When successfully evading, consumes 1 focus and
she's up here, and then she got pushed up.
Skill 3.
After I'm going to attack to the caster for 1 turn, attacks the enemy with her S3. Penetrates the enemy by 70% defense. Penetrates the enemy 70% defense. Damage dealt increases proportional to caster's speed. At the start of battle, begins with full cooldown count. Okay, so this thing probably does a lot of damage.
After granting increased attack to the caster for 1 turn, attacks the enemy with the spell to kill demons. Penetrates the target's defense by 70%, and damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's speed. Begins the first battle with a full skill cooldown count.
Oh, a single target. That's at 30,000 though.
Gains 1 focus.
So you gain attack, and when your focus is 3 or higher, it decreases cooldown, your cooldown counts, and then Soulburn makes it AoE.
1 turn, attacks the enemy with magic. When focus is 3 or higher, decreases skill cooldowns by 1 turn. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's speed. When 10 soul is consumed, attacks all enemies. This attack does not trigger a dual attack or counter attack.
That looked like decent damage. Not too high though.
Is butterfly hair ornament.
Increase attack by 10%. Grants after attacking, grants a berry. This is like chatty but offensive.
From Frieren. It is one of Fern's most precious belongings.
I do think Frieren's the stronger one. Frieren has way more flexibility.
With an incredible gift for magic. Players will be able to meet Fern.
I do think Frieren's the better one. Frieren has way more flexibility. Fern's S3 looks pretty good, but you have to start at with a full skill cooldown count, right? So that means you have to be playing her in a longer matchup. So there's no way she can actually be a cleave character unless you get like very lucky, I'm assuming, with how your opponent is playing, because I guess like the minimum turn that would take to get it is, for let's say that you're slower than your opponent, right? You're going to be starting the battle with let's see here. You're going to be starting the battle with 5 focus, And you're going to be starting with full cooldown. So that will leave you at... Oh, that's not it. Come on. You're going to be starting at 5 turns. If you get hit, then it goes down by 1. And then when you take your turn, it goes down by 1. So it's like a minimum of like 3, like maybe like 3 turns at the highest. It's like 3 turns at the highest, and then of course it depending on what you're fighting or depending on your Frieren speed, it may go lower. But the problem is that your damage is proportional to the speed, right? So outside of the speed that you gain from your passive, it sounds like you want to build this character on speed set. So I don't know how fast you can get with the passive including speed set. It's a ridiculous amount of speed. So I don't know if the focus is actually a problem, because at the end of the day, Flan exists, and having near 100% evasion and being able to do a good deal of damage makes her quite broken. Now, proportional to Frieren, her damage is backloaded. You can clearly see that they learned from Flan and tried not to make her too broken. Because so her damage is completely backloaded. You don't get her S3 at the start of the battle, and her S1 seems to have like average damage. At the same time, people thought Flan had average damage when they first saw him, and she started blowing up everyone on launch. So maybe I might be wrong with that. The same thing was like that with Frieren. She looked like she had average damage too, but it may be the same case that in the showcase it didn't look as high as it's supposed to. But in terms of strength, I think Frieren is better right now. Frieren being a straight DPS means it's highly dependent. Frieren is not a straight DPS. She does do damage, but her passive is insanely strong and very, very team supportive. And her artifact as well is very, if book has been good for the 7 years that E7 has been out, like I'm pretty sure Frieren's artifact is also very good for a long time. Frieren's artifact looks good, but it just looks like a chatty for like attack. So I think you can get away with using something else. Okay, Sark is the free character. Sark is a free character. I'll also go back and look at Frieren's imprint afterwards. So this is a free character, so you get all these imprints for free. So assume that you're gonna have triple S. You get triple S, triple. Okay, his HP is really high, and he has crit chance imprint. His defense is very high too.
He has high health and defense, and can increase his critical hit chance further through his imprint concentration. Skill 2.
So he's when the allies attack gains 10 fighting strength, works with Frieren. Very good. Oh wait, both of these characters work very well with Frieren if you notice. Yeah. Wow. Anyways, when fighting strength is full, it activates word strike on an attacker. So it's a reactive skill. Consists of 100 fighting spirit, attacks the enemy consecutively, increases combat range to cast by 50% before resetting the skill cooldown of lightning strike. Deals damage proportional to caster's max health. So Stark is 100% a bruiser. I'll see this damage.
And increases combat readiness of the caster by 50% before resetting cooldown of lightning strike. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health.
Wow, that damage is dog. Wow, that damage is so bad. What? What the heck? Okay. Maybe we should have chosen a different target to test our units into if we wanted to make Stark look better. Because he just did 6,000 damage into a defense broken UV. That was so bad. Okay. Well, let's see how much damage this S3 does. But okay, the passive does reset the S3, right? So maybe it doesn't really matter that the S2 damage doesn't do that much damage. Attacks the enemy by slamming down the axe penetration by 50% when damage cell increases the caster's max HP. Damage cell increases every time the skill is used. It's up to 3 times and has increased damage. So this is stacking. So this is the first one. We're gonna have to look to see how much the damage increases.
When 10 soul is consumed, increases damage dealt.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it it does have to.
Fighting spirit. Attacks the enemy
Oh
with
man,
attacks and inflicts provoke.
I know Stark is free, but come on, man. Am I attacking with a single attack? Oh, frick, man. Oh my gosh. Okay, what is this? Gosh, that's embarrassing. The damage is so embarrassing.
Is that all you've got? You coming? How weak.
Okay, that one looked pretty good.
This one. Is that all you've got?
Insects, flowers.
Certainly.
Can we get a Starcast 3? Okay. Okay, that looked pretty good. Okay. I must say, Stark looks pretty freaking bad. Stark looks pretty freaking bad. Frieren's imprint is also critical chance. I think you pick up Frieren first. I think you max out Frieren in this bird. But Frieren's stats are freaking insane. I do think Frieren's a better character than this Fern, and then Stark looks freaking laughably bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what this damage is. This looks so bad. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. A little bit less structured video than the usual, but I don't have a lot of time, unfortunately, so I can't really give you the full breakdowns. But I do think in terms of like off surface level, Frieren looks insanely good. She fits into a lot of matchups. She has a lot of future playability because resources has always been in the game, and then amplifying them allows you to do some stupid things like allow your Abyssal Euphian to be partially charged, allow your Candy to be partially charged, allow your Caval to be partially charged. The list can kind of go on. It also means your Kayron can be partially charged, right? It also means that you have some increased playability into someone like Sea Phantom Politis, because usually the biggest issue is that if you're fighting Sea Phantom Politis, you're completely slowed down by half, right? So it makes you a lot slower to build up your fighting spirit, which makes you a lot harder to play into her. With Frieren, right, it basically starts you, although Politis will cut this, it will give you some level of a head start. I don't know if this will really affect the Politis matchup, but it will make it easier for you to win that matchup. Frieren herself, she's just a straight DPS. It really is highly dependent on the actual multipliers of her damage. I wouldn't trust the video with it, because the same thing with Frieren, the damage looked average. It didn't look insane, but it may be way better in game. And also Frieren is a little bit backloaded. You can't just pick her turn 1 and cleave your opponent. She needs to take at least maybe 2 to 3 turns before she can get her S3 back up. But that being said, her S3 did look like it had pretty good damage, and S1 I think on Soulburn had pretty good damage. Same thing with Frieren. I think the Soulburn had pretty good damage as well. Stark actually just looked laughably bad. Like I once again, I guess multipliers is highly dependent, but I don't know if you can actually explain having 6k damage into a defense broken target. That's just actually so freaking bad. Like if it was 6k without the defense break, I would be like, okay. But it was 6,000 damage with the defense break. That looked absolutely laughably bad. And then this is it's kind of sad. The first S3 didn't do a lot of damage. The S3 is also ramping, right, which makes it a huge problem. But I'll leave it there for now. I do think Frieren is definitely the better pickup, but you definitely want to pick up everyone. I do think Frieren is still just needs some playing. I can't really exactly think about how good she is, but she definitely fits perfectly into this evasion meta with Setsuka, right? So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.